They tried to break you, didn't they? With their words, with their silence, with their doubt. They threw their shadows on your name and expected you to shrink. But I ask you now, did you come here to please them? Or did you come here to become something they could never understand? Let their negativity fuel you. Let it ignite you. Let it become the steel in your spine, the fire in your lungs, the echo that pushes you further than comfort ever could. Because here's the truth, negativity is not the enemy. It is the invitation. It is the pressure that forges diamonds, the friction that sharpens blades. You don't run from it. You use it. You take their no and turn it into power. You take the failure, the betrayal, the ridicule, and you make it your reason. Most people break under negativity, but not you. You're here because something inside you refuses to die quietly. Something inside you has decided that every ounce of resistance will be converted into strength. This is not revenge. This is alchemy. This is transformation. This is where the version of you they tried to bury rises from the ashes fully awake. Let them talk. Let them doubt. You've already chosen. The world will throw darkness at you. That is guaranteed. But what you do with that darkness, that's what determines who you become. You can curse it, hide from it, complain about it, or you can swallow it whole and use it to build something they never saw coming. That insult you took personally, let it sharpen your edge. That failure they laughed at, let it fuel your obsession. That door they slammed in your face, build an empire in its shadow. Because the most powerful people in the world aren't the ones who were handed gold. They're the ones who were handed dust and learned how to turn it into diamonds. You think you're the only one who's been hurt? The only one who's been overlooked, underestimated, dismissed? Every giant was once judged too small. Every legend was once laughed at. Every warrior was once told to sit down and be silent. But somewhere along the line, they made a decision, a moment when they said, you can throw your worst at me and I will become my best. And that's your moment now, right here, right now. You don't have to erase the pain. You just have to assign it a new purpose. Pain is not your punishment. It is your proving ground. The fire they threw you into was never meant to consume you. It was meant to reveal what was underneath the fear, underneath the softness, underneath the noise. That version of you, the one you've glimpsed in your quietest moments, is forged in negativity. I've walked with men who built steel empires, who made their names echo through the corridors of history, and not one of them got there without standing in the storm and choosing to use it. They turned insults into blueprints. They turned betrayal into blue flame. They turned every scar into a signature. And so must you. Do not waste your pain by pretending it didn't happen. Honor it, study it, let it teach you who you are, and then let it fuel the person you are becoming. When the world throws doubt, you throw discipline. When they send fear, you return with focus. When they project their weakness, you double down on your will, because you don't need their applause. You don't need their validation. You don't need a round of cheers to keep going. You've got something stronger. You've got clarity. You've got purpose. You've got the fire they tried to snuff out, and you've chosen to feed it with every setback they gave you. You were never meant to be liked by everyone. Greatness has always been misunderstood. Purpose will always look like rebellion to those still living in fear. And the moment you start to rise, the moment you choose progress over pity, the noise will come. Let it. Negativity is a sign that you're shaking the right walls. It's proof that you're moving. You want silence? Stay small, stay unseen, stay ordinary. The world doesn't heckle the invisible, it heckles the dangerous. So if they're criticizing, you're on the right path. If they're doubting, you're standing too close to your breakthrough. If they're laughing, good. That means they're watching. Now give them something to choke on. The negative energy they aim at you, flip it, multiply it, grind it into focus. You're not here to explain, you're here to execute. You're not here to prove them wrong. You're here to prove yourself right. Use it all. The judgment, the jealousy, the isolation, it's not meant to stop you. It's meant to prepare you. Because the person you're becoming, they need to be unshakable. And unshakable doesn't come from comfort. It comes from being tested and standing tall anyway. Let the storms come. let the voices rise. You are not here to survive them. You are here to become stronger because of them. You must stop seeing negativity as opposition. Start seeing it as your education. Every insult is a lesson in patience. Every rejection is a test of resilience. Every loss is a masterclass in strength. You say you want success? Then get comfortable being misunderstood. Get comfortable walking alone. Get comfortable turning failure into fuel. Because negativity will come from family, from strangers, from within your own mind. But what defines you is not whether it shows up. It's what you do when it does. Will you bend? Will you break? Or will you rise with quiet fury and show the world what it looks like when pain meets purpose? You have no idea how powerful you become when you stop needing permission to grow. When you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start declaring, this happened for me, and I'll use every ounce of it. That shift, that violent, beautiful shift, is when you stop being a victim of circumstance and start being a force of creation. Do you understand? This is not philosophy. This is war and negativity. It's not your burden. It's your battlefield. And you were born to win. There is a version of you, stronger, sharper, unstoppable, buried beneath the ashes of everything they tried to burn down. And here's the truth. They did you a favor. Every critic, every doubter, every setback, they lit the match. And now it's your job to take that flame and build with it. Build the body, build the focus, build the empire they never saw coming. Because negativity is just energy, and energy cannot be destroyed, but it can be redirected. The anger, use it. The shame, use it. The silence when no one showed up for you, use that too. You are not broken. You are becoming. Every bruise, every failure, every late night filled with doubt, it all meant something. It was pressure, and pressure doesn't destroy diamonds, it creates them. So stop waiting for approval. Stop needing a clean path. The storm is the path. The mess is the making. Every time someone underestimates you, the universe hands you a gift, raw material to prove not to them, but to yourself, that you are no longer the person who folds. You are the person who forges. You want to know when everything changes? When you stop running from the fire and start walking straight into it? Because the fire doesn't just burn, it refines. It melts the parts of you that were never real, your doubt, your weakness, your need for applause, and what's left is something unshakable. That version of you doesn't flinch when they criticize. That version of you doesn't beg for understanding. That version of you looks adversity in the eye and grins, because you know now the world doesn't define you. Negativity doesn't diminish you, it builds you if you let it. So let the world keep talking. Let them misread you, laugh at you, ignore you, because you're not building for the now. You're building for what they can't see yet. You're laying bricks in the dark. You're sculpting the future with blood, sweat, and discipline. And soon, those same people will wonder how you did it, how you endured, how you never quit, but they won't understand. They never saw what it took. They never felt what you transformed. Only you will know that behind every move, every win, every moment of power was a pile of negativity you refused to waste. There comes a moment in every journey where you stop being fueled by the dream and start being fueled by the disrespect. You remember the times they didn't believe you. You remember the times they looked right through you. You remember how they smiled while you struggled. And you make a decision. I will not be defined by their limitations. That moment, that inner shift, is when everything changes. Because now, you don't just want the dream. You're willing to suffer for it. You're willing to be misunderstood, doubted, even hated, because you've seen what happens when you let their negativity become your compass. It doesn't lead you to peace. It doesn't lead you to truth. It leads you to greatness. And when you live with that kind of fire, when you turn every no into more grit, every delay into more preparation, every betrayal into more clarity, you become untouchable. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. You become the storm that silence tried to break. You become the voice that never needed validation. You become the result they swore you'd never achieve. And that is how you win. Not just on the outside, but deep inside, where no one else sees, where no one else claps. But you know you didn't fold. You forged. You were not put here to be a sponge for pain. You were put here to be a converter of it, a transformer, an alchemist. You were meant to take the worst the world could throw and turn it into your own personal masterpiece. You are not weak because you've been hurt. You are powerful because you didn't stay broken. You're not fragile because they betrayed you. You are focused because you walked through it with your head high and your eyes fixed forward. Negativity never had the power to stop you. It only had the power to train you. And look what you've become. Look how you've grown through resistance, through silence, through setbacks that would have destroyed a lesser mind. You've turned bitterness into fuel. You've turned insults into blueprints. You've turned every closed door into 1,000 reasons to build your own damn kingdom. That's what warriors do. That's what builders do. That's what creators do. They don't run. They don't complain. They construct themselves out of what others use as excuses. So hear me now, and hear me clearly. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be unchangeable, unshaken, unrelenting, unstoppable. There will always be noise, always critics, always storms, always shadows trying to pull you back into who you used to be. But the moment you choose to use it all, to flip the pain, flip the doubt, flip the fear into power, you become something most people never dare to become: untouchable. You stop needing the world to understand. You stop begging for light and start building your own fire. You stop absorbing negativity like a victim and start turning it into pure energy. Let them doubt, let them talk, let them misunderstand you, because while they waste their breath, you're turning every word into work, every challenge into fuel, every delay into domination. And the result? You become the storm they feared you would be. The result they never saw coming, the answer to every insult they threw. But you don't rise to spite them. You rise to fulfill you. You rise because your destiny does not bend for weakness. You rise because there is a fire inside you that refuses to die in the dirt of their disbelief. You rise because your purpose is louder than their noise. And because discipline turns every bruise into brilliance. This is your moment. This is your transformation. From victim to vessel, from pressure to presence, from negativity to nuclear motivation. And now the world is no longer in control of your fire. You are. Now your pain doesn't delay you. It defines your next level. Now your setbacks don't stop you. They build your legend. You felt the hate. You faced the doubt. You've walked through the fire. Now lead with it. Command with it. Win with it. Because nothing is more dangerous than the one who learned how to turn darkness into direction. And now that person is you. Let the world watch. Let them wonder. Let them wish. You don't need their light. You are the spark. The world makes way for those who dare to rise. Click the Rise button now to subscribe and claim the destiny waiting for you. Your time is now.